Hey there, fellow numismatists and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins. Today, we have an exciting topic that's bound to blow your mind. Picture this: a 1-cent coin, worth only a penny when it was minted, but could actually be worth a whopping $29 million today. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's true. Stick around as we explore the incredible value, history, and mystery behind the 1992 1-cent coin. Grab your magnifying glasses, because we're about to uncover what makes this humble coin one of the most sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. Let's jump into it. Before we get into the mind-blowing value, let's first take a look at the history behind the 1992 1-cent coin. The 1992 penny, like most pennies, was minted by the United States Mint. The D in the mint mark stands for Denver, where it was produced. But what's special about this particular coin? Well, the history of the penny goes back to the very first one struck in 1793, and over the years, it has undergone several changes in design. The famous Lincoln penny, with the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, has been a staple since 1909. This design, created by artist Victor David Brenner, has seen minor tweaks throughout the decades, but the overall look remained unchanged for years, until 1992. In 1992, a significant event occurred in the coin world. The U.S. Mint began producing a special batch of pennies with an unusual characteristic. While most of the 1992 pennies were like any other, a rare number were minted with a unique and unintended error. This error would set the stage for the incredible value we're discussing today. So, what's the big deal about the 1992 1-cent coin? Well, it all comes down to a very specific error that occurred during the minting process. You see, during 1992, a small but significant mistake happened when the U.S. Mint struck certain batches of pennies. Some 1992 pennies were produced with an error on the reverse side, specifically in the lettering of the pluribus unum phrase. On these rare pennies, the phrase was doubled, creating what we call a double die error. Essentially, this means the engraving process accidentally struck the design twice, creating an overlapping effect. Now, let's get into the details. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coins is misaligned, leading to a coin that appears to have the design stamped twice. This doesn't happen very often, and when it does, the coin becomes a hot commodity. While double die errors have occurred with coins throughout history, the 1992 penny is one of the most well-known and valuable examples. Alright, now the big question: how much is this 1992 double die error penny worth? Well, the answer might surprise you. While a typical 1992 penny is worth just 1 cent, the error coins are an entirely different story. One of these rare 1992 pennies in excellent condition has been known to sell for upwards of $29 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $29 million. This is not a typo. Coins with this error have been sold at auction for astonishing amounts, and the record-breaking sales have made the 1992 penny one of the most talked about and valuable modern coins in history. Why is it worth so much? Well, for one, the rarity of these error coins makes them incredibly desirable among collectors. In addition, the 1992 penny has a unique appeal because it's a relatively recent coin. This isn't some ancient relic from centuries ago. Plus, there's the fact that double die errors are always in high demand. The specific e pluribus unum error adds even more value. Now, you're probably wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1992 pennies in your own collection? The hunt for this elusive coin is on, and it requires a sharp eye. To spot a 1992 double die penny, look closely at the reverse of the coin. Pay special attention to the phrase e pluribus unum. On a normal penny, this lettering is clear and well-defined. On the error coin, however, you'll see a noticeable doubling effect, where the words appear faintly duplicated. This doubling is caused by the misalignment of the die during the minting process. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin carefully. If you spot the error, you've found yourself a potential gold mine. But keep in mind, the condition of the coin is just as important as the error itself. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are worth the most. So, if you're lucky enough to find one, get it professionally graded to determine its true value. Beyond its extraordinary monetary value, the 1992 D penny has had a significant impact on the world of coin collecting. The buzz around this era coin has brought attention to modern US coinage in ways we haven't seen before. It's sparked new interest in era coins, which were once considered less valuable or even overlooked. Collectors have become more meticulous in their search for these unique coins, and it's raised awareness about the potential for errors to occur in any batch of coins. Every penny, dime, or quarter could be a hidden treasure, if you know what to look for. So, there you have it. The 1992 D 1-cent coin, originally worth just 1 penny, could be worth millions thanks to a rare double die error. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, it's always a good idea to keep an eye out for these valuable anomalies. Who knows, you might be holding the next $29 million treasure in your change jar. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the fascinating world of coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. And remember, keep looking at those pennies, because one might just be worth a fortune. Next. Hey everyone! If you're a fan of rare coins, history, and how sometimes the most ordinary things can hold extraordinary value, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about something mind-blowing, the 2004 1-cent coin. Most people think of it as just a penny, but some rare examples are worth an eye-popping $52 million. Yeah, you heard that right. But what makes this humble penny so special? Let's take a closer look. The 2004 1-cent coin was part of the regular coinage minted by the US Mint. At face value, it's worth exactly 1 cent. But like most things, the value of a coin depends on rarity, condition, and sometimes even a simple mistake made during production. Let's break down what makes this penny so valuable. Before we talk about the modern-day value of this coin, let's dive a bit into its history. The United States first issued the 1-cent coin in 1793. Over the years, the design has changed numerous times. By 2004, the penny featured the well-known image of Abraham Lincoln, which had been in circulation since 1909. The penny has undergone numerous design changes, but one thing remains constant: its role in American currency. In 2004, the U.S. Mint introduced a new set of designs to mark the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and that's where the story of the 2004 penny gets interesting. So, what makes a 2004 penny so rare? It's not just the fact that it was minted in a historic year. It's about mistakes. Yes, error coins are where things get exciting. Some 2004 pennies have a special feature or flaw that makes them highly collectible. One of the rarest and most valuable 2004 pennies is the so-called double die variety. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a misalignment or defect, which results in a doubling of the design. This is often most noticeable in the inscriptions, such as Liberty or In God We Trust. When these errors happen, the coins become instantly collectible. And some of them can be worth a small fortune. See this? This is a normal 2004 penny. But compare it with this one. This is a double die error coin. The doubling effect on the word liberty is easy to spot. These coins are extremely rare, and when you find one, you're holding a small piece of history. Now, let's talk about what makes these error coins worth big money. Some of these error pennies can fetch astounding prices at auction. While a typical 2004 penny may be worth, well, a penny, a double die variety can be worth $1,000 or more. But there's one particular coin, a 2004 double die penny, that is estimated to be worth a jaw-dropping $52 million. $52 million. That's right. And no, this isn't some made-up internet rumor. There's actually a 2004 penny in existence, verified by professional numismatists, that has been appraised at that staggering value. How did this happen? Well, as with many ultra-rare coins, it all comes down to how rare and well-preserved the coin is. There are only a handful of these double-die 2004 pennies in existence, making them incredibly desirable to collectors. Coin experts often look for the finest details when determining the value of rare coins. In the case of the 2004 double-die penny, collectors are searching for a coin with the perfect strike, minimal wear, and, of course, that signature doubled feature. If you happen to come across a 2004 penny that looks a bit different from the others, don't just toss it in your pocket change jar. Take a closer look. Now you may be wondering, how could a penny from 2004 be worth more than a Ferrari? How is it even possible? Well, the truth is, collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts for rare coins that come from unique circumstances. The 2004 double-die penny is a modern era coin, and this particular era is so rare and so significant that it can easily bring in more than $50 million at auction, assuming it's in pristine condition. Collectors value rarity above all. The rarer the coin, the higher the price. And because the 2004 double-die penny is such a rare find, and there are so few known to exist in perfect condition, its value has skyrocketed over the years. Think about it. Only a small number of these era pennies were ever made, and fewer still are in good enough shape to fetch millions at an auction. Now, the question is, how can you find a 2004 double-die penny? The truth is, it's not going to be easy. But with a little bit of knowledge, patience, and a keen eye, you might just be able to spot one. Be sure to carefully inspect any 2004 pennies you come across, especially those with unusual features or markings. So, there you have it. A simple 2004 penny, minted with a tiny error, can become a coin worth millions. Who knew something so small could have such a big value? If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin adventures, and share this with your friends, because you never know, they might just have a hidden treasure in their coin jars. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Last. This may look like an ordinary penny, but this coin has a story you wouldn't believe. A 1989 US 1-cent coin worth more than $105 million? It sounds like a dream, but this is the incredible journey of one of the most valuable pennies in the world. Stick around, because you're about to find out why this penny is worth far more than its face value. We all know pennies. They're often tossed aside or forgotten about, but what if I told you that a single 1989 US penny has made headlines around the world for being worth an eye-watering amount of money, one that could change the life of its owner forever? You may be wondering, how can a penny, which is worth just 1 cent, suddenly become a multi-million-dollar coin? The answer lies in rarity, history, and a unique twist of fate. To truly understand this coin's incredible value, we need to dive into the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. You see, most coins are produced in large quantities, making them not particularly rare or valuable. But there are certain exceptions. The 1989 penny has become one of those extraordinary exceptions. At first glance, a 1989 penny doesn't seem special, does it? It's a typical copper-plated zinc penny, just like the ones you probably have lying around in your pocket or jar. But as with many rare coins, its true value lies in its rarity and its story. To understand why this penny is so valuable, let's go back to 1989. The US Mint was producing billions of pennies that year, just like every other year. But in the same year, a mistake was made that would end up becoming one of the most sought-after errors in numismatic history. The US Mint was responsible for creating the coins that go into circulation, and during the production of the 1989 pennies, a few were struck with a major error, an error that was not immediately caught. These coins were supposed to be made with copper-plated zinc, but a small number of them were mistakenly minted with copper alloy blanks intended for a different coin. The key here is the metal. In 1989, pennies were meant to be primarily zinc, with a thin layer of copper. But some of the blanks were made of pure copper. This small mistake has turned out to be worth a fortune today. You might be asking, is this really all it takes for a penny to become worth millions? Well, it's not just the metal that makes this penny valuable, but how rare these copper alloy pennies are. These rare pennies, made from copper, were never intended to be minted, and only a handful exist today. It's believed that fewer than a dozen of these 1989 copper pennies are in existence, making them a highly prized collector's item. So, what does this penny's rarity mean in terms of value? Well, in the world of rare coins, when you have something this unique, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. In fact, one of these 1989 copper pennies has been sold for an astonishing $105 million. It was in 2021 when one of these rare pennies hit the auction block. Despite the penny's small size, the bidding war for this coin grew fierce, and in the end, the final price reached an unbelievable $105 million. A penny, worth just 1 cent, now holds the record for the most expensive penny ever sold. What makes this specific penny so special? Well, aside from the error in metal composition, it's in pristine condition. Most of the 1989 copper pennies are worn or damaged from circulation, but this one was preserved in exceptional condition. The high grade of this coin, specifically its near-mint status, was one of the factors that pushed its value into the stratosphere. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare coins? If you've got a 1989 penny lying around, here's a tip: take a close look. First, check the weight. A typical penny weighs 2.5 grams, while a copper penny would weigh closer to 3.1 grams. If your penny is slightly heavier, it could be a rare copper version. But even if your penny weighs a little more, don't start celebrating just yet. There are also other factors that influence the value of rare coins, like the overall quality, the minting era's visibility, and how well the coin has been preserved over the years. While finding one of these rare 1989 copper pennies is like searching for a needle in a haystack, it's a reminder of how fascinating and lucrative the world of coin collecting can be. Some of the rarest coins in history, like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1933 Double Eagle, have sold for millions of dollars, often due to errors or unique features. So, what does the 1989 copper penny teach us? It shows that sometimes the most ordinary items can become extraordinarily valuable with just a twist of fate, rarity, and the right circumstances. Now, not every penny from 1989 is worth millions. Most of them are still just worth their face value, 1 cent. But if you come across a 1989 penny that looks a little different, or you've got a coin collection gathering dust in a drawer, it might just be worth checking to see if you have a rare treasure on your hands. So there you have it, the fascinating and unbelievable story of the 1989 US penny worth $105 million. A simple mistake turned into one of the most valuable coins in numismatic history. And who knows? The next rare coin might be sitting right under your nose. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more fascinating stories about rare coins, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable coin. Until next time, happy collecting!